The Aerosoft Airbus A330 project for Microsoft Flight Simulator has seen its ups and downs from a community perspective. From the announcement to many delays to a lack of communication and also an expansion to other variants of the A330, flight simming aircraft development is a hard industry, but the life of the Aerosoft Airbus A330 for Microsoft Flight Simulator has had many interesting turns. This week we finally get to see some real information and updates about this long anticipated aircraft. In this video we're going to take a look at the state of the Aerosoft Airbus A330 project. Let's jump straight into the video. Before we jump into the update on the Airbus, if you're not familiar with Aerosoft, they've been around and creating flight simulator products all the way back to 1991 with Flight Sim 4.0. Over the years, the team have developed many add-ons for lead flight sims over that time, such as FSX, Prepared 3D, and X-Plane, and now Microsoft Flight Simulator, with well-known products such as their Airbus fleet, the CRJ, the Twin Otter, and also Mega Airport series. In 2020, they even become an exclusive distributor partner for the box version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Since the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, we have seen two real releases from the team when it comes to aircraft. The CRJ fleet, which was the real first detailed airliner out of any aircraft for the 2020 sim, and also the Twin Otter, which was in mid-2023, then was taken down off the digital shelf and acquired by Microsoft themselves to be re-released in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, which is expected to release in November 2024. 4 years on from the release of the 2020 sim, we've really only seen one fleet of aircraft that is still available from the Aerosoft team today to purchase, which is the CRJ. In my opinion, this is a little disappointing. I was expecting to see more from Aerosoft and was hoping we would see many more releases by now, including the delayed Airbus A330 project. The Aerosoft A330 project was originally announced way back in 2021, and then the team announced in early 2022 that they were developing at the Airbus. And the development all seemed to be on track for a certain period of time, and it was hinted that we would see the Airbus A330 with CEO engines released by Christmas 2022, and then it was delayed and hinted for a summer release in 2023. Moving on to the second part of 2024, the team has hinted it will now be released after the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 sim, which is due to release in November this year, but still no actual release date by Aerosoft when we will see the A330 in the new sim. Winding the clock back a little bit, things seem to be going really well in 2023 for the Airbus project with the CEO engines, until a document appeared from the German government website regarding the future of Aerosoft. This document indicated that Aerosoft has received a government grant of about 459,000 euros in order to develop an Airbus Neo A330 and also a Airbus A340 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It was stated on the grant that this aim from Aerosoft was to create a 3D model that is accurate as possible in terms of detail of two types of aircraft, including a detailed cockpit and important systems. This was the first we heard about a new variant of the A330, and later it was confirmed from Aerosoft the release of the Neo will be with the A330 CEO as well. From a community's perspective, we were originally expecting to see the Airbus A330 CEO version that was hinted to be released before the end of 2022 or early 2023. This government grant surely has a part to do with the delay of the Airbus project and certainly changed the original outcome. The document stated that this grant was scheduled between March 2023 and the end of May 2025. During this whole time, the communication from the Aerosoft team about the project seemed to be all over the place and far between, and sometimes left the community scratching their heads if we'll ever see the light of the Airbus A330. And I even think, in my opinion, it sort of degraded what people's opinion thought about the Aerosoft brand in general. Towards the end of 2023, Aerosoft announced the release of their new A330 devoted website, in order to share the progress of the project outside of the Aerosoft forums, which where most of the community found updates by asking different developer questions. That being said, this new website has been providing updates, but they've been pretty lean updates until a recent release trailer that was produced by the Aviation Lads YouTube channel, who create awesome flight sim trailers for many flight sim developers. This is the first video in a series of videos titled Discovering the A330. This is the first real in-depth look of the Airbus A330 we have seen for a long time from Aerosoft. A big thank you to ProesSims for sponsoring this YouTube video. Their products enhance your current flight simulator hardware by turning your flight controls into something closer to the real thing. The team makes different add-ons for flight controls such as Honeycomb, SciTech, and Velocity over a variety of different aircraft, including Boeing, BAE, Cessna Citation, Vision Jet, TBM, just to mention a few. The current add-on I'm using at the moment is the ProesSims new dual action Boeing 737 add-on for the Honeycomb Bravo, which features a detent flap and speed brakes. This really improves the immersion and realism of my flights. For Oz Flight Sim viewers, you can use this code AUSFS on checkout for a 15% discount on all ProesSim products. I'll leave a link in the description of where you can check out their page, and a big thank you to our friends over at ProesSims for sponsoring this video. In this first update video, Aerosoft detailed the 3D modeling of both the A330 CEO and Neo variants. This video focused on an exterior walk around of the Airbus A330, which starts with the nose area, landing gear, and cargo doors. It was highlighted that every detail, texture, and operation feature had been recreated to mirror the aircraft as closely as possible. Rafi, the new flight sim community manager from Aerosoft, narrated the video and mentions that the release will come with 4 engine types, which will be all CEO engines and one Neo variant. During the walk around, we saw the Rolls-Royce engines to start off with. Moving over to the wing in the video, the very high level of detail continued on with 3D modeled winglets, static antennas, and working animated flaps, which were demonstrated in the video. Next that was shown on the walk around was the main landing gear. Again, the level of detail continued, and all the little details have been included with the 3D modeling, including all the hydraulic lines are shown and also the decals. The team demonstrated the animations of the main landing gear. The main landing gear on touchdown is unique to the Airbus A330, along with many wide-body airliners, where the rear tires of the main landing gear touch down first, and it appears that Aerosoft has placed a lot of attention on getting this animation right, and it looks really nice. Next was the aft part of the aircraft, showing the tail, the APU section, followed by working animations of the fans of the engines, also the reverse flaps for the Rolls-Royce engines and the GE engines, and also the team showcased the door animation in the video before we switched over into the cockpit of the A330. The level of detail from the outside of the aircraft flowed right into the flight deck. Systems weren't really showcased, as this will be in a later video. As we mentioned, this is the first of a series of videos. That being said, the 3D modeling of the cockpit is at a very high standard. Rafi did mention that all the buttons and all the knobs and the 3 MCDUs are fully automated and working. Also, the Aerosoft EFB was shown, but no real detail was gone into. You could just see it in the background. The cockpit will have both the left and the right animated cockpit windows that will open and close. And Rafi also mentioned that with the Airbus A330 release, it will come with many real-world liveries. And we saw some of those liveries in the video, such as the KLM, the QTAR, and a couple of others. And towards the end of the video, the team showcased the first real look of the Neo variant of the Airbus A330, and the first time we saw this in a Delta livery. The Neo, of course, being the upgraded Airbus A330, also has some upgraded features that you don't see with the CEO version of the 330, including the upgraded Neo version of the winglets. As it has been mentioned in the past, the Aerosoft A330 will be available for both PC and console, but for the moment we don't have any release information and confirmation that this will still be the case. In my opinion, this video and the upcoming video series is a great move from Aerosoft, and it's fantastic that we are now starting to see some transparency of the project and perhaps some hope that we will see this a very anticipated aircraft release sometime in the near future, which is a massive change from the communication we've seen from the Aerosoft team throughout the whole project. We here on the channel are very much looking forward to keeping you all up to date when it comes to all of Aerosoft's aircraft development, so please consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out any of the best flight sim update coverage on YouTube, as well as we will leave a link in the description of the team over Aviation Lads who filmed and produced this trailer. They make great flight sim trailer content. Feel free to check them out and hit the subscribe button. And also I'll leave a link for the Aerosoft A330 Project update page. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you in another video or flight sim live stream real soon.